Well, we're going to do you a song that we didn't write, we've never recorded. It's kind of a greatest hits from somebody else from about 72. We kind of do it in sound checks now and again, but we've never played it as all five of us on one stage at the same time. So this should be a bit of a giggle. Shall I start it off? All right, here we go, for a laugh, okay? And this is definitely the last one, all right?
Played guitar, jamming good with Weird and Gilly and the Spiders from Mars. He played it left hand, but made it too far. Became the special man, and we were Ziggy's band. Ziggy really sang, screwed up eyes and screwed down hairdo. Some cat from Japan. He could lick him by smiling, he could leave him to hang. Came on so loaded, man, well hung in snow white tan. So where were the spiders while the rats tried to break our bones? Just the light to guide us. So we bitched about his fans. Should we crush his sweet hands? Oh. Ziggy played for time, jiving us that we were voodoo. Were just crass. We was the nest with God-given ass. He took it all too far. The boy, could he play guitar? And came in love with his ego. Ziggy sucked up into his mind. Like a Messiah. When the kids had killed the man, I had to break up the man. Oh.
Welcome, O wanderers of the wavelength, to the inner sanctum of the Chilluminati. You didn't find us by accident. You were tuned in. Behind this veil of shadow and signal, we gather, not to follow, but to question. So light your candle and lean back 33 degrees. Close the blinds and forget what they told you was real.
You can't go on, and you're weak, sinking low. Just believe, and you can't go wrong.
Once again, it's Rock and Real giving me a call. It's Ground Zero Plus.
Wow. What? What was that, man? What the hell was that, man? Huh? No, man, like, hey, man, wow, I was watching this object, man, like the satellite that we saw the other night, right? And like it was just going right across the sky, man, and then, I mean, it just suddenly, it just changed direction and went, whizzing right off, man. It flashed.
You're stoned out of your mind, man.
Oh, yeah, man, hey, like, I'm stoned, you know, man? But, like, you know, I saw a satellite, man, and it was going across the sky, and it flashed 3 times at me and zigzagged and whizzed off, man. And I saw it.
That was a UFO beaming back at you. Me and Eric Heisman was down in Mexico 2 weeks ago. We seen 40 of them flying in formation. They have got bases all over the world now, you know. They've been coming here ever since 1946, when the scientists first started bouncing radar beams off of the moon. And they have been living and working among us in vast quantities ever since. The government knows all about them.
What are you talking, man?
Well, you just seen one of them, didn't you?
Hey, man, I saw something, man, but I didn't see it working here. You know what I mean?
Well, they are people just like us from within our own solar system, except that their society is more highly evolved. I mean, they don't have no wars, they got no monetary system, they don't have any leaders, because, I mean, each man is a leader. I mean, each man, because of their technology, they are able to feed, clothe, house, and transport themselves equally and with no effort.
Wow. Well, you know something, man? I think, you wanna know what I think? I think this is a crackpot idea. I think, you wanna know what I think? I think this is a crackpot idea. That's what I think. How about that? How about a little of that? Think it's a crackpot idea.
As it was,
I mean, if this
then again,
just reveal themselves to us, huh, and get it over with.
Though the voice may change sometimes, rivers always reach the sea.
Rock and Real. Are you there? I am here. Excellent.
The key is so distant. I've opened doors. Now when to listen, know what to listen for. Yeah. The shelf in the room has been the way of holding me and letting me stay. missing sense of getting tired. Hold myself, I can't hold myself. The shelf in the room has been the way of holding me and letting me stay. The shelf in the room has been so true. I can hide in the shelf in the room. Holding out, never holding, holding out, never holding out, never holding out.
That's what your Saturday night sounds like. It's Ground Zero Plus Mums Jimmy. It's the Chilluminati. Dude, man, I didn't realize that this Monkey Island LP from Jay Giles Band happened in 1977. That, I mean, doesn't that like sound more like a project they would have done, you know, after they were all, you know, used up. You know what I mean? Like that was one they were doing for themselves, kind of a thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
maybe.
It doesn't sound anything like any other Jay Giles LP. And after this is when they got all their notoriety with Love Stinks and all that shit. All the songs they were even popular for at all they all suck. In comparison, I mean, to, you know, what they were before. You know what? They're kind of like the they're kind of like the Greg Kim band in a way. It's the same kind of thing. They had this whole collection of music before, you know, they got one record that had some hits on it or whatever, got some airplay. And then that seemed to be the whole crux of their career at that point forward, you know. Everybody wants to hear Love Stinks or whatever the fuck else. What was the other one? You there?
Yeah.
What was the other one they had? There was Love Stinks, and it was something else, man. There's some fucking thing that got played on. It got like airplay.
Centerfold.
Centerfold, exactly. People think just like people think the only song Leonard Skinner ever had was "Sweet Home Alabama." Same kind of thing. I would venture to say most younger people haven't even heard of Jay Giles Band. And if they have, it's probably one of them songs, and they fucking hate that shit. I don't know, man.
I mean, I kind of like the 80s Jay Giles too, but
You do?
the 70s stuff was better.
Yeah, it was just it's a whole different sort of thing, I think. But realistically, I mean, if you're looking at it, if you're not just talking about it like we are right now, and you start actually looking at it, you can see there's a shift in everything from those points forward. You know what I mean? There was a certain lifestyle going on in the 70s, and everything changed in the 80s, right? The haircuts and all that shit. Remember that band, Haircut 100?
No, I don't actually.
That's because they were like a punk, new wave band. There was a shitload of those bands. You know what's funny about that? The punk, new wave band idea is back then, I fucking hated it. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I fucking hate this shit. But now some of that new agey kind of fucking, I don't even know how to describe it. But some of it actually, I mean, I'll just use a really blatant example. It was The Cure. You know what I mean? At one point, there was this whole Cure thing going on, and then they just sort of faded away or whatever. The point is that when The Cure was happening, I wasn't listening to The Cure. Were you? I wasn't all, Were you listening to The Cure when they were out there, man?
No, I wasn't really a big Cure fan.
Yeah,
I mean, I knew the radio hits, but
yeah, but see, me neither. You know what I mean? And then later on, like now, if you go back and listen to some of that Cure shit, there's some really good music there. Some really good production, and there's a lot of good music there. It's the same what I'm saying on a lot of these new wave bands and these bands that were going on then. They had a whole thing going on. Even the punk thing, the punk music and the punk movement at that time, I mean, realistically, it was kind of ahead of its time, but I mean, some of the ideas behind the punk movement is kind of sort of the truth or conspiracy angle crowd also has the same, ideas about a lot of stuff, freedom and this and that.
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the punk movement at the time was, that was the big rebellion, right? Everybody was, now the truth movement is the rebellious people.
The truth movement is the punk movement now.
Yeah, it is the punk movement.
No, but you could. What I'm saying is, though, you could see the difference between. In other words, what I'm saying to you about this Monkey Island. The reason I started talking about it is because I've played cuts. I played this Monkey Island cut on the show a bunch of times. And every single time I played it, I never looked at the information about the LP, and I always assumed it was something they did after they were famous. In other words, after those centerfold cuts, after that Love Stink shit, after doing the tours forever, playing those songs, they went and did something for themselves. I thought this was like post being famous, like, hey man, let's make one for ourselves, kind of thing. But turns out it wasn't even like that. It's just a fucking odd record that they just put out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, comparatively to the other shit that they had out there at the time. And a lot of it was live cuts on the FM radio they were playing. We just played one last week, right? Because we were talking about you not liking the harp or whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, they're all getting old, man. It's hard to watch. Seriously.
Yeah, well, you got to remember that the 80s was 45 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to think that, but it is.
Yeah. Well, the 70s is even longer. It's even further back. But I mean, looking at it, this was way before everything. You know, at this point, everything's been done to a point where, I mean, there's nothing new under the sun at this point for a lot of reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is not a lot that's new at this point.
Even this AI shit earlier, I was scrolling around for a song, you know, and on the side, you know, there's, you know, obviously there's, you know, algorithmic, or, you know, suggestions or whatever. So I see this cut, you know, and I click on it, and it just got put up. Literally, I liked it, but it was the first like that it got. It just got uploaded, and as I'm listening to it, I start thinking to myself, this fucking sounds like AI shit. Right? And, you know, it was a good song, so on and so forth. There's nothing really wrong with it. I would have almost played it on the show, but at the point that I was listening to it, I just thought to myself, you know what, man, this is fucking AI shit. And the funny part about it is it had a picture of an album cover. Okay? And there was 5 dudes or whatever. There was 9 guys standing there with a guy out front. You know what I mean? Like he was the singer or the fucking guitar player, whatever the fuck it was. But I thought to myself, fuck, man, and you know how much in the future, like from, you know, like say, you know, this shit's progressing so far. You know, I mean, incrementally, because of the brain power of the shit that already exists with the AI shit. Shit is just multiplying out faster and faster. Shit's getting done. Ideas are building on ideas, and it's turning into this whole fucking web of shit going on, you know, with the AI. And you know, it's a fucking runaway train. There's nothing's gonna stop it at this point. But anyway, the point being is that in a little while, it's gonna be hard to be able to even tell one from the other. And at that point, it won't even matter anymore whether it's AI or it isn't. But the idea that there could be something that pipes up some hit song that you're going to bop your head to, just existing out there, you know, it's just, the whole thing is kind of mind-blowing. Like, at what point would, like, some weird soundtrack just be playing in the background everywhere you fucking go? You go to Target, you know, it's in there. It's fucking soundtrack, something playing in the background. You go everywhere you fucking go, it goes, you know, and you're fucking hearing the same soundtrack over and over again, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, I'll just tell you, I did this project, you know, quite a while ago, but I had to go do 345 of these fucking grocery stores. I had to go in there and put this special network in for their scales or whatever. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. Why am I telling you this, man?
Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm asking you, why am I telling you this about these grocery stores? So I know why I'm telling you. Because 300, and I did a bunch of these kind of rollouts where I'd go do like fucking 345 grocery stores, 40 fucking Home Depots, going to change some shit or whatever. But the point being is that every fucking one of those grocery stores was playing the same fucking soundtrack. It didn't matter what store I was in what city, wherever I was, the fucking shit was playing the same. And you know why? It's because they're on the satellite network. Just piping that shit in. Hootie and the Blowfish or whatever. You know, fucking name one of these songs. But the point now is what I'm making is now, you know, you could fast forward that and figure out that it's potentially possible to just have some fucking soundtrack playing for you wherever you go, dude. Like publicly.
Mm-hmm.
with all the bells and whistles of what goes along with that. McFly, are you in there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are you doing, man?
I'm listening to you.
You listening to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were over there fucking in the lab or something. Like
No,
sidetracking yourself, doing something. You playing a video game?
No, I'm just
all
sitting
right.
here.
You're awake, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
all right.
just had my dinner a few minutes ago.
Oh, there you go. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Just blood sugar satisfied now.
No sugar.
You just listen to old Jimmy to get some dopamine rush.
That's right. Yeah. I had steak and broccoli.
No, I realized the other day, ladies and gentlemen, our show, as we've turned into like this, the two things we talk about is fucking Trump and AI. And, you know, it's a shame, man, because, you know, we used to talk about all kinds of shit, man. And somehow we've gotten sucked into this fucking. The thing about it is, and the worst part of it, is that it's hard not to talk about obvious things that are going on that are fucking shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, literally what's going on with artificial intelligence right now is the number one thing for humanity that's fucking going on. And everything else that's going on that's diverting humanity's attention away from fucking doing something about it is too late. That's the point. There is no other fucking subject that even matters, really. And if you're fucking in the know about it, and you've looked at it, and you see where shit is right now, you know what I mean? It's the same as knowing there's a fucking an extinction level comet's gonna hit the fucking Earth. That's how serious it is.
Yeah. It's
It ain't no chat GPT asking it a question. Shit.
No, it definitely is not.
So
The thing with this AI thing though is, you know, like we've been talking about it for years and been predicting it for years, and now it's like finally here, and it's even bigger than I think we expected. You know, it's as far as what it's capable of already.
yeah, man.
You know, and actually, this is a good segue into an interesting topic that's been going on with the FCC and the communications. Right? There's been a bill signed into law now that consumer grade routers are not any longer going to be allowed to be imported from China for national security reasons. And what they were trying to do is, you know, because they're not made in America, they don't want to give China the back door. That's the excuse that they're using for this. But what it really is Palantir, Ring, and there's one other company, Netgear, who is also a government contractor, have been lobbying against TP-Link, and Netgear and Palantir have both developed AI-based routers that they are trying to move into your home. So what they've done is they've lobbied to the point where you won't be able to just go out and buy your next Asus gaming router because it's made in China and whatever. So Palantir is going to be building them in the U.S. and that's going to be your next router. So we're not going to have the Chinese government spying on us. We're going to have our own government spying on us through the back doors. And it's a concern from like a consumer point of view because the money, is you're not going to be able to buy whatever router you want, right? They're going to do away with that, and it was the cable and cell phone conglomerates. But the way they worded this law is it's very broad. Like even your iPhone that's a hotspot that uses a hotspot could be considered under this law to be a banned as under this router law.
They're not going to allow you to have a hotspot anymore.
They're not going to allow you to have. Well, you can have a hotspot if you
No, you're
pay the monthly subscription fee to have the hotspot, and you use a ISP approved.
There's just going to be one internet, the one that they give you.
Oh, the other company. Now I remember. You know who it is? It's Starlink.
Right.
Yeah. So Starlink and Palantir and Netgear. All three of them are government contractors. All three of them have plans for American-built routers.
Yeah.
On a side deal with the government. But, Asus, Netgear, and TP-Link, and any other brand that you may enjoy using are not only going to be banned to be imported, so they are still allowed to sell you the old models that are already here. But after March 1st, 2027, you will no longer be able to receive security updates for them because this software could be, spyware from the Chinese government as well.
No, man, this has gone too far, dude.
But the Palantir and the Starlink routers are going to be AI based. So,
dude, no, what isn't AI based already? This is really good.
Well,
this is good.
Your local,
this is good.
Your local network switch is not AI based, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to backdoor it and get this AI.
They're already installing that shit in the fucking central offices already, dude. That shit's already installed. Believe me.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Listen, man, that company that you're talking about begins with the letter P. That company is not fucking around. And the thing is, is they got a leg hold. They got a way in. And part of the monies that came in to bring this administration into power was coming from the fucking Silicon Valley and the PayPal mafia or whatever. Yeah. And so the bottom line is not, once Elon got in there with that Doge shit and started fucking installing software or whatever, that was the way in. And now all of a sudden, here comes, listen, I haven't brought any of it to the table because I'll guarantee you the minute you start talking about that company that begins with the letter P, the minute you start talking about that shit, believe me, man, it's on you. It's on you already. But you just become a subject or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
only discussing the router law in Congress.
Doesn't matter. You say the word. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Say the fucking word, and that's all you got to do. Because then next thing you know, 10 minutes from now, when you go on YouTube, there's going to be some video there about the word that you just got done saying.
Oh yeah,
I've whatever it is, skateboards, fucking, orangutan, say a word and go fucking all of a sudden there's a video.
Yeah, that's true. You don't even have to be online to do it. You could just, be talking to your buddy at work, and next thing you know.
Yeah, you set it around a phone.
Or I even gave the example around Christmas, right? Like, how did Amazon know that I had gotten a specific waffle maker for Christmas as a Christmas gift? That when next time I opened it up, it had the alternate, the iron inserts for it as the top thing on my recommended for you.
Have you seen the industrial presentation that was made to members of Congress about the level of granular informational display that's ever been fucking it's unbelievable what they can do with this company that begins with the letter P. Just involvement in a situation. Like, for example, like I told people a long time ago about a company called Nice Systems, but they changed their name to something else now. It's not called Nice Systems anymore. But then at that point, when it was called Nice Systems, it's an Israeli company. When it was called Nice Systems, they were installing this shit in cities. And what it did was it monitored events, and then it would make recommendations, like, for example, It would learn from events, and then the next time an event would happen, they would reroute the fire truck to avoid the traffic jam or whatever. That's kind of shit, and it would
Right.
learn, and that's the kind of primitive before the type of monitoring that can be done now. So
Well,
that,
even the traffic light systems in some cities, right? They adjust the red light, green light based on not only the traffic that they see in the intersection, but what time of day it is, what the rush hour is, what the flow pattern is. They have these programmed traffic lights now that are learning.
yeah,
And I can guarantee you that not only do they know how much traffic is going through, but they know the license plate of every car that goes through every
Yeah,
day
the
at the same
flock.
time. Yeah.
now they got those fucking flock cameras everywhere.
Yeah, there's I drive past one every day on the pole. I don't really have a choice.
Well, I don't know.
And I always stick my tongue out at it or, whatever, but what am I going to do? I got to drive past the camera every day.
Exactly. That's what everyone says. What am I going to do?
I've actually thought about, maybe trying to take it down, but
Hey, man, you're being monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by cameras and your phone and wherever. Wherever there's a camera. And even without all that, potentially with the router in your house and the wireless that's going on, you can be literally through a spectrum analysis that make it look just, you can see everyone in the room by the signal being deadened by the what's in there. So you can see people. Well, you can't, but the AI can.
right.
The AI
I do want to say on the subject of the flock cameras, though, I do give my hats off to the Blade Runner mafia that is running around England right
Blade
now.
Runners.
The
Maybe-
Blade Runners.
Yeah, I'm seeing, I don't want to mention it because I don't want to cause issues, but I'll just say there's a lot of that kind of shit going on. I've been seeing videos of cell towers on fire and shit. And the funny part about it is people don't know what antennas for 5G looks like. And people thinks that those big cell towers up there with the big antennas on it, they think that's 5G shit. They don't realize it's little white boxes that are on telephone poles. and shit.
5G antennas are what, like an inch tall, right?
Well, they have to be really close together.
Yeah, but I mean the actual antenna itself is only about an inch.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So the circuit board and that, smaller than a cigarette pack. For
Yeah,
a for a 5G node.
And I think potentially there was an idea of ad hocing whatever devices are around. So you could like ad hoc the network. For example, if there's a dead spot of 5G, they beam 5G to your phone. And then your phone becomes a fucking hotspot. But it's done in the background, like unbeknownst to you or whatever. In other words, it's a background application that's going on as you're, enjoying the internet. There's a whole other level of background action going on. And that action's going on, period. I mean, that's one of the ways that you're obviously tracked and traced or whatever. Because there's like I say, if you imagine like a pipe and there's water flowing through there, you're only getting half of the water and the other half is sitting over there to be used, but you don't have access to it. And it's always been there, you know what I mean? There's the other half of the internet, the back end where all the pipes and the fucking, machines are. Hurry.
Yeah.
That's where all the background. So the internet we see is the facade, and now the facade has gotten highly scientific, where it's not just a web page. It's a portal to your innermost, desires or whatever.
So Nathaniel asks what is a flock camera? Oh, Flock Communications is a company that markets their AI-based license plate, facial recognition, etc. cameras to your local police department, and in exchange for the data collection. So they provide the police departments with the cameras, and Flock makes their money off of scanning your face and your license plate. And yes, they can see through your windshield into your car and know who's driving and all of that stuff too.
Man,
And they're putting them up on every street corner, so the police get the benefit of, if there's a guy, if somebody's got a warrant out or whatever, they get a notification, say, hey, you know, this guy that you're looking for just drove past, camera number 326, and he's heading up the street to, make a right turn on the next block. So maybe you want to go get him. And
listen,
that's how that works.
I'll tell you how funny this is that we're talking about this, just because I brought up nice systems, and now you're talking about these flock cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just tell you about this. So the reason I know about nice systems is because I bid on a job for the city of San Leandro to put this shit in. And they were already at that time using these license plate reader cameras. But there was such a fucking pushback from the public about license plate reading cameras. And it stopped a lot of this shit. Or, they pretended they stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is now it's to the point where there's no expectation that your license plate won't be read. In other words,
no, of course. I mean, even you go through like an easy pass lane or some
And
pass, or
here's
I don't know
what-
what you have out in California, but I'm
Look,
sure it's the same thing. A
if-
little tag that goes in your window, right?
if the city or the state or the fucking federal government put those cameras up, it would be totally against the law. But the reason that there's this flock company is because they're a private company.
Mm-hmm.
And so, hey, man, they go around in the city, and here's what they say. They say, hey, Bob, listen up. If you let me put my camera up on your fucking light fixture, all right, I'll give you access to the da-da-da-da-da for free. All you got to do is let me mount my shit on your fucking infrastructure. And Bob says, damn, well, that sounds pretty fucking good. Yeah, go ahead. Mount them up, bud. Go ahead, because now Bob's looking good. Bob says, look, man, I got these cameras installed all through our city for free. Check it out. And look, they're going to give us all this information. Now, if you go over to I would highly recommend, and I didn't know we were going to talk about this, because if I did, I would have went over there. There's a channel called The Business Insider.
Yes.
Okay, it's not what it sounds like. And he just did a thing on flock cameras just a while back. And I should go get it, just because, Nathaniel's not even heard of a flock camera.
Yeah.
Well, how much you want to bet most people in their cities haven't fucking heard of it either? But it's going on.
But I guarantee you've already had your picture taken by one.
You know what? Let me tell you something. The back end of what Flock has access to, once they get your picture and once they have all your shit, what they can see in the background, they can see everything about you. And when I say everything, I mean motherfucking everything.
Oh yeah.
And here's the problem. Pissed off cops have access to that shit. And they could check on their girlfriend and stuff. And the reason I'm saying that specifically is because there's a specific case that happened. Because once you have access to this flock, once you got a password, the fucking world's your oyster as far as anyone is concerned at that point.
Well, and that ties back into the whole router thing. Now,
it does.
Because we're on now with 5G wireless and 5G internet are two different things, but the current routers that you can buy with this beamforming technology are capable of seeing you through where you are in your house at any given time, like what your movements are, what it's just standard gamer Wi-Fi stuff that you buy at Micro Center, and that's tied into this system too. So not only do they know when you're coming and going, and leaving your house and driving to work, and what car you're driving, and who's the driver, and who the occupants is, and I'm sure it's tied into your insurance and your credit cards. And
Here
but
we
when
go.
they decide it's time to come get you, they know if you're sleeping in bed or sitting on the couch watching TV.
Yeah,
because,
you'll be fucking.
because
You'll
your
be
Wi-Fi router is ratting you out too.
not only that, but then you'll be getting hit on the side with some other frequency going to make you just fall asleep.
Yeah.
Just knock your ass out. All right, I got this business. It's called Business Reform Channel, not Business Insider.
Okay.
All right, Business Reform. All right, so here's their flock. You know how you have this marketing slogan?
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's got this marketing slogan. Here's their marketing slogan. Search once, see everything. Okay? All right, we'll get into this, man. We'll get into this next hour.
Yeah.
We'll play some of this here. I think I played a piece of this before on here. And there's another thing I want to clue you into, because I found this video earlier today of this brother who was discussing the Genius Act. Okay, and this is this thing that passed already around cryptocurrencies. This has already been passed. This is already there and ready to roll. In other words, this is law. This has been signed. Now they're still waiting on this other thing called the Clarity Act, which they're still waiting on. And they might not get it because it's something that they want, but if they don't get it before these midterms, it ain't going to happen after the midterms when the Democrats take over.
Mm.
It ain't going to happen. So, but anyway, the point being is this other piece of this has already been passed. It is already law, and there's a bunch to it that no one even knows about, including me. I hadn't looked into it at all because it wasn't the one I was looking for, the one I was paying attention to,
Right.
the one that was going to have an effect on the marketplace, and so I didn't really pay attention to it. But this brother breaks it out on what's going on, and it's totally makes sense to me too, because I mean I considered the same kind of premise in my own mind, but to hear this dude break it out, piece by piece, makes it all really combine to make sense. All right, listen to Saturday Night Chilluminati. Are we going to open up these phones next hour or two?
Yeah, we could open up the phones.
Yeah.
And I also have the Caroline Levitt thing by request.
Yeah,
so.
oh yeah, we're going to do that for sure. So we don't have to spend too much time on this flock thing. It's up to you guys what you want to do.
Well, I mean, I think we should educate the people on, the spy tech that is being shoved down your throat, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Well, I've been seeing a lot of these videos of people testing their constitutional rights with authority figures.
Mm.
And one thing that is definitely clear in every one of these videos where there's confrontations about cameras, where it's just you come walking up someplace, you go into Home Depot, and some dude standing there shooting video of you, as you're walking in the store.
Right.
Okay, and then there's people that start coming over and they go, "Hey man, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you taking my picture? Get the fucking camera off me, dude." And the guy will stand there and go, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Hey man, if you don't want to be on camera, why are you walking over here to the camera?"
Yeah.
I wasn't shooting video of you, but now you're walking over here and making a bit, da-da-da-da. People are going, "Get that fucking camera out of my face." And you see these videos where they start grappling and shit about it. And they get sprayed with fucking pepper spray. So like what I'm telling you is if you sometime in the near future, if you're walking in some store and you're gonna go over there and go in the store and buy yourself something or whatever, and some dude standing there with a camera, just fucking keep walking. Don't say no. You know what I mean? Don't go over there. Because a lot of these people, the shit that gets said when the people walk up to the guy with the camera, they go, if you get smart or you start saying some shit in any way, these people with the cameras, they have plenty of shit to say to you about their constitutional rights and this and that, including to the cops. This is when the cops come over and try to say, hey man, don't give me your ID. They go, no, I don't have to give you my ID. And the cops said, no, you better give me your ID right now. And they're going to, well, what am I being arrested for? Are you arresting me? Am I being detained? Yeah, you're being detained. Why? Because somebody said you were shooting video over there. He goes, well, this is a public sidewalk. I'm allowed to shoot video. There's no expectation of privacy, and that's why I'm telling you all this. No expectation of privacy. When the fuck did we move into this domain of no expectation of fucking privacy? After 9/11?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Is after 9/11, everyone just fucking rolled over and just went, oh yeah, yep, no expectation of privacy.
Well, I mean, if you're walking through the mall, you can't expect that you have complete and total privacy. You should have some privacy. However, if you go into the bathroom in the mall, you don't expect to see cameras in there.
Oh well, don't you remember that video we played of Peter Thiel? Those fucking saying, oh yeah, well it'll be on when you're in the bathroom, but we won't look at it.
Yeah.
We just won't look at it unless there's a reason to, or whatever. If something happens. That's the whole thing about these fucking cameras too. The whole fucking thing is the way they sold it to people. People think their cameras make a difference. Cameras don't make a fucking difference for you. If there's a camera,
well, I mean, they might get you some clicks on Facebook. But
I'm saying cameras around.
Yeah.
For crime. This is the reason. They say, oh yeah, we got to put these cameras up. And everybody just fucking rolls over. And they go, yeah, we got to put these cameras up for the crime, dude. But the bottom line is, dude, listen, cameras don't fucking do jack shit for you. If you're getting robbed or beat or whatever, all it does is take a picture of what happened. It doesn't stop people from killing you or fucking beating shit out of you or stealing your shit.
Yeah.
So
you might catch them later, but that's about the benefit. The only benefit you'll ever get.
They sleepwalked everybody with that, using that as the front to install a fucking surveillance system. No one should have ever been okay with, I have no expectation of privacy.
Oh, that is true.
And here's another one. Here's what they say. They go, well, what about paparazzi? Why do you think celebrities hate paparazzi?
Because they're always up in your face.
Well, because they're shooting pictures of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Well, how could they get away with it if it was illegal to fucking shoot a picture of you in public?
Well,
they can't, because there's no expectation of privacy. That's how fucking paparazzis even exist.
Yeah, and the even scarier part, like Ring, right? The new dog detection. If you lost your dog, you can notify Ring, and he will look at all the video cameras in the neighborhood and find your dog for you. Well, that sounds like a great feature, doesn't it? But if it can facially recognize your dog, don't you think it can facially recognize you at the push of a button?
Ring, flock. Ring.
Ring is another one that has government contracts. So
no shit.
Think about that.
Listen to these words. I bet you there's an acronym for Ring and there's an acronym for flock. I'll guarantee it.
Probably.
It's just like smart. It's a smartphone. Oh, really? Excelente.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk around with an ignorant phone now, do I?
Oh, and you want your TV to be smart, TV's already spying on you. That used to be like tinfoil hat stuff back in the 70s, 80s. They're watching me through the TV. Well, now your TV's got a camera in it, and it is watching you. And it's listening to you.
Yeah,
and,
man.
we're all cool with that because, advertising.
It's cable TV. This is the same as the phone company. It's everywhere.
Which is the same as the company.
Exactly. exactamundo. There's nothing going on. That's not known. And so, like, they've extended that no expectation of privacy. I guess they extended that onto the internet space. There's no expectation of
Public
privacy
domain,
there.
right? That's the whole point. It's a
Right.
public domain.
Because you got no idea what's going on in the back end. That's the thing. Is there's a whole back end pipeline that people are making money. 'Cause
Well,
there's-
and that's one of the reasons they're trying so hard to get rid of encryption and VPN, because it makes their job a little bit more difficult.
Man, I don't know. Seems like getting a piece of property and chilling in the sun on your Adirondack chair. Seems
Yeah,
like
out in the mountains.
before it's too late. Hey,
I still think the Amish people are the ones who got it right.
it's the Chilluminati.
Teenage had a race for the nighttime. Spent my cash on every high I could find. Wasted time at every school in LA. Getting loose and didn't care what the kids say. We're white punks on dope. Mom and Dad moved to Hollywood. Hang myself when I get enough rope. Can't clean up though I know I should.
What the
Uh-oh.
fuck is going on around here, man?
Well, hold on.
Hold on a minute, man. Please give me a break. Hey, there was somebody perpetrating as Jimmy Jean on the...
No, that was me before, because I was logged into the Strike Zone account.
Standing in front of my mirror, comb my hair in 1,000 ways, but I came out looking just the same. Daddy said, son, you better see the world. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to leave, but remember one thing, don't lose your head. To a woman that'll spend your bread. So I got out. Paris was a place you could hide away if you felt you didn't fit in. The French police wouldn't give me no peace. They claimed I was a nasty person, down along the left bank, minding my own. Was knocked down by a human stampede. I think I know now what's making me sad. It's a yearning for my old backyard. I realized maybe I was wrong to leave. Better swallow up my silly country pride. Going home, running home, down to gasoline alley where I started from. Going home and I'm running home, down to gasoline alley where I was born. When the weather's better and the rails unfreeze and the wind don't whistle around my knees, I put on my weather suit and catch a in the train. I'll be home before the milk's upon the door. Going home, running home, down to gasoline alley where I started from. Going home, and I'm running home, down to gasoline alley.
There ain't gonna be no more Rod Stewart's, bro. It's Ground Zero Plus.
Now warning lights are flashing down the quality control. Somebody threw a spanner, they threw him in the hole. There's rumors in the loading bay and anger in the town. Somebody blew the whistle and the walls came down. There's a meeting in the boardroom, they're trying to trace the smell. There's a leaking in the washroom, there's a sneaking personnel. Somewhere in the corridor, someone was heard to sneeze. Goodness me, could this be industrial disease? Caretaker was crucified and sleeping in his post, refusing to be pacified. It's him they blame the most. Watchdog or rabies, the foreman got a fillet. Everyone can sing about industrial disease. We're only making plans for Nigel. We only want what's best for him. We're only making plans for Nigel. Nigel just needs that helping hand. And if young Nigel says he's time has come today. Young hearts can go their way. Can't put it off another day. I don't care what others say. They think we don't listen anyway. Time has come today. Hey! Oh, the rules have changed today. I have no place to stay. Thinking about the subway. The love has flown away. My tears have come and gone. Oh my Lord, I have to go. I have no home. I have no home.
Police officer being able to search your location history, app usage, and online behavior across the entire United States, all without a warrant, just to see if you look suspicious. The Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects Americans from unreasonable searches and seizures. Warrants be issued only upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and that any warrant must particularly describe the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. That means the government is supposed to already have some evidence a specific person committed a specific crime before it seeks a warrant to look for additional evidence. This protects Americans from overly broad searches that can make suspects out of innocent people, thereby dragging them into a potentially expensive, time-consuming, and reputationally damaging legal situation where they are forced to prove their innocence. In this video, we are going to examine how modern technology is undermining this centuries-old constitutional protection and what it means for hundreds of millions of innocent people across the United States. I am Dr. John Padfield, an engineer, former state legislator, and business professor, and this is Business Reform, where business, technology, and society intersect. Last November...
In the car. Hey, we're gonna need that, you know who we are. We're gonna take our house, we're going up the hill. And when we get there, you know that we will. So when you are ready.
Automated license plate reader cameras. I did not coordinate with Ben, but his video went live just a few hours after I released my own video about Flock. Shortly after that, I was contacted by Josh Michael, one of the security researchers who worked with me. Before I go any further, I want to be very clear about my role here. I am not a security researcher. Flock has never been hacked, period. Ever, period. As always, links to all of my sources, including that email, are included in the description of this video. Even if Garrett Langley's statement is technically accurate, it may omit material context that reasonable people would consider important. To illustrate my point, it would be technically accurate to say, on April 10, 1912, the RMS Titanic set sail from Southampton, England, and a week later 500 passengers arrived safely in New York. While technically accurate, that statement leaves out a few minor details. My 2-hour interview with Josh Michael occurred on December 3rd, 2025, 5 days before Garrett Langley stated Flock has never been hacked, ever. I therefore conclude none of the information Josh shared with me is the result of a hack.
I'm letting that shit play because this guy's saying all that because he's protecting himself legally for what is revealed by what these guys hacked.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm letting that play. I know it's boring or whatever, but give me a minute. It's about to get interesting here.
Flock had never been hacked as of the time of our recording. Josh Michael gave me this disclaimer, and you can pause the video and read it in its entirety. The TLDR is his analysis is based on publicly available documents, websites, marketing materials, etc. This content is not affiliated with, sponsored by, or endorsed by Flock Safety, and he further states his analysis does not assert or imply wrongdoing or unlawful behavior. Finally, his statements are not meant as definitive because of contradictions on Flock's website. Josh Michael forwarded several email exchanges to me that he had with employees at Flock Safety going all the way back to June of 2025. In this one, dated June 23rd, the product security director at Flock thanked Josh for reporting a security vulnerability and told Josh they were sending him an invitation to join HackerOne, a Flock program that pays security researchers for finding vulnerabilities. Josh...
So...
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactamundo. Yeah, that freaked me out earlier when you were on there.
What's that?
That when I thought somebody was fucking spoofing me on there.
Oh no! It's because when I signed into the Strike Zone account yesterday to for the rerun, it's when I'm in there it shows me as you, or it shows me as the channel name basically.
All right, now is everybody here interested in this here? Because I don't want to sit here and fucking spin our wheels talking about this if you guys aren't interested in it. All right, let us know in the chat, and you want to open up them phone. Oh, wait a minute, we really can't dick around too long with this because you got to get into this reverse speech stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can. Do you want to do a little bit of the Flock so people know?
All right, yeah. Well, the thing is, I gotta let me see here if I can see this. Okay, here maybe.
It's interesting because I've seen that same video.
Okay, here's the information. I see this. I remember the screen, so I might be right in the ballpark right here. All right, let's check this out. Here we go. Oh, you prick. Here comes a commercial. Hold on.
I always got to have a commercial. Let me guess, it's
All
a
right,
commercial
I don't got
James.
mind. The guy's making some money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Here we go.
And or blurring many details on the screenshots Josh shared with me. I cannot independently verify how this material was obtained, but according to Flock's CEO, it was not the result of a hack. To keep this video relatively short, I am summarizing my conversation with Josh rather than playing the actual recorded video. According to Josh, this screenshot allegedly shows the inner workings of the Flock Nova demo. The red box I added shows the different screens in Flock Nova, starting with the login screen. Under New Search, it appears an officer using Flock Nova has numerous options regarding what and how they want to search, including map data, arrest searches, body-worn camera searches, and vehicle searches.
Stand by. I'm trying to get this up on the screen so you guys can see it. So just stand by.
I want to zoom in on one called, quote, New Dark Document Search. What is a dark document search? According to Josh, it appears this feature allows searching for references associated with credit card numbers, crypto wallets, Discord accounts, email addresses, IP addresses, social security numbers, or Telegram accounts. According to Josh, this page, which I have heavily redacted, returns data from an advertising ID. This screenshot appears to confirm the advertising ID in question is a reference to the Mobile Advertising ID, also known as MAID. MAID is a unique user identifier assigned to a mobile device that allows advertisers and other third parties to, quote, track the user's movements, habits, and usage of apps. At any given time, the Mobile Advertising ID can be used to associate a device with the apps it uses, in-app activities such as game progression, and the ads a user views or clicks. It can also be used to infer a device's physical location and, when linked with brokered data sets, can be associated with a person's internet browsing history. Over time, Mobile Advertising ID can infer things about the user, such as their interest and preferences, behavioral patterns such as their daily routines, etc. MAID data does not directly identify a person, but it is easy for artificial intelligence to de-anonymize MAID data by looking at the user's life over time and seeing where they sleep at night, where they spend 40 hours per week. In other words, this isn't about a single data point. It's about reconstructing someone's life. Josh claims this screenshot demonstrates Flock Nova's ability to count a person's visits to certain adult websites and provide that information to an officer running a search. If this is accurate, it may represent capabilities beyond what some communities believe they are approving. This isn't about morality, it's about who gets to decide what information is relevant to an investigation. In all fairness,
I've been excited to receive this for a very long time. The book, The Ultimate Guide to Rebuilding a Civilization, is full of so much great information, but what really catches my eye are these illustrations. Just look at how the artists have gone into the smallest details of this dragon-headed gun. As a filmmaker and biologist, I find it fascinating how it teaches me exactly how a camera works, but also a microscope. Look, they even drew a water bear, which is my favourite microorganism.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, they sneak them in whenever they can.
It figures. I mean, there was just a commercial, so I'm figuring there's no way another commercial is going to happen. I needed to go check the perimeter or whatever.
Yeah, well, you know, it knew that you walked away and was an ideal time to play a commercial.
Dirty bastard. You know what? You're probably right. It did know that I fucking walked away. Well, it didn't, but maybe my phone did, because my phone's sending out sonar. Hey, I'll tell you right now, don't unlock your phone with your face, because all someone has to do is stick your phone up to your face and it'll unlock it. So make sure you use a password, not your face, even though I know it's a hassle. People don't want to do it, man. It's a hassle. All right. are we going to continue with this or what? Are you guys interested in this or not? So the big takeaway really in the last 5 minutes is this sales ID. That there's some sales ID that's associated with your fucking phone. That tells
it's an advertising ID number.
Right.
You can reset it, but it's only a matter of minutes before they figure out what your new number is.
There should be something that just constantly fucking changes that.
There should be a law, Jimmy.
There is. The thing is, it's invisible and you don't know it's there. And they go, what do you mean you don't want us to do it? We've been doing it. Grandfather it in,
The names of some of these websites suggest they may be more related to escort services than general adult image and video websites. But I am not about to do any research on this topic to find out for sure. And yes, I redacted some of the words on that screenshot to make the image more friendly to the YouTube algorithm. Our interview lasted for 2 hours, and I have a...
he just now insinuated that he redacted some shit on a photograph of a screenshot, and he just suggested the algorithm doesn't just listen, but it's also looking at the screen.
Oh yeah.
To see what words are on a photograph that you're putting up there. That creates a flag for an algorithm somewhere. And that's the thing, is you don't know when you cross. These are like these are like traps with a fishing line in the jungle at night. You have no way to see it. Your foot's going to trip over it. And the minute you trip over that, it's going to trigger something. And so you have no idea at any given moment what's triggering what. Because there's no way to know what's going on. You're represented by what we're seeing on here. These web pages and these, videos and this and that. But this is only half of the pipe like we were talking about earlier. There's a whole back end inner working thing that's going on with all their shit, already built into it.
Yeah.
There isn't any way to not have it be there now at this point. No, is there? No. All right, well, listen. Rock and Rio spent some time looking into the Levitt. There's going to be shots fired. And the other thing is, there's a whole bunch of shit going on that we're not talking about either. But Jones closed down InfoWars too. So maybe we'll get into a little bit of that later. Taken over by the Onion, who are going to do satire of his old show.
I hate the Onion. Remember when they were on TFR?
Yeah.
I hated those things, like, with a passion. They are so absolutely stupid.
Well,
I like despise that whole thing with the Onion.
They are literally... They are saying...
They're like third grade potty humor.
They're just going to sit there and fucking be really cutting, sarcastic, and hurtful towards Alex Jones and anyone that, subscribes to any of the information. Make people look like fools. All right. Here's Porcupine Tree Trains. You ready to do the Carolyn Levitt?
Yep.
All right. We can't open the phones while Rock and Rio is reversing perverse circus material.
And I've heard this sound from my cousin's bed, the hiss of the train at the railway head. Oh, it's the summers are slipping away.
Rocket Rio's Reverse Perverse Circus. Rocket Rio, are you ready to shout at the devil?
I'm ready to poke my finger in his nose.
All right. There they go. In their prime, Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Know when to say, know when to bow. That last bow, you know what I mean? Rock Rio.
Mm-hmm.
Never overstay your welcome. You know?
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
So, this was by request last week. Somebody sent me a text message to our phone, believe it or not. Asked me to do the Caroline Levitt thing because of the when she was entering the dinner, she made a statement about there will be shots fired, and supposedly she was just referencing his comedic shots. It's supposed to be funny and whatever. So everybody has seen the 10-second clip of her saying that. I actually found the 2-minute version of it and went through it. And so it's her and Jimmy Fallon on the red carpet, as it were, entering the place. And it's still actually not all of it, but it's where the clip I managed to find came in. And there's been a lot of speculation that it was a staged event and it was, people knew about it in advance and, she was pointing it out and, predictive programming and all that stuff that goes along with it. And I have the documents. I have the audio. And it's pretty strange. In a lot of ways, because I think she did know about it ahead of time. And I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit through it because there's like different blocks of what was going on in the whole scene. So I'm going to start at the beginning of the forward audio here. And we'll get to the shoot part in a minute.
I love it.
Do we not look like it?
Right, so it's just the thing in the very beginning where so he's telling her how beautiful she looks and all this other stuff. So this one is actually like overlap because she's talking and he's talking at the same time. So he says, "Look out for my news." Right, but she said because he just paid her a compliment. And it's a little hard to hear, but what I'm going to do is solo her line here. And she says, "A veiled blessing. It's totally unhinged." And you'll still hear him talking over it, but... Right? Okay, so there's the look out for my news. And then she says, "A veiled blessing. It's totally unhinged."
It's not playing.
Okay. Right here. Let's try this. It's totally unhinged. Let's see. So the next part I have is now actually mostly him talking. And this is a fairly long, continuous stretch. He says, "I'll be the power they deserve. People who are handling this sit down." Passing the something, I couldn't quite make it out. It sounded like marbles power to you. Or marvelous power to you. And he says, "And then Fallon and his lies, he's just too busy." He says, "Get a mark. Fear Satan, do it for them, seek it, magician." He said, "The vax had marks. And fear the marks in it, and you should fear the marks in it. And now they must die because they deserve it. The iBots are living." is, you know, so this is a pretty long thing here, but it's you know, it's very clear and it's very
Hey,
interesting.
Bruce is over in the YouTube chat, and he wanted to call in, and you can't do the phones when the.
I can add him to the teams.
All right, well, I don't know. Send him a message in Teams then. But
Okay.
anyhow, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so it's people who are handling this sit down.
I'll be the boss deserve.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's I'll be the power they deserve. And now the people who are handling this sit down.
Sit down.
Passing the marvelous power to you.
Passing the marvelous power to you.
Wow, that's weird because somebody in the chat Amber just used the word marvelous in the chat.
Yeah.
2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I see you. She says you look marvelous. And then it says, and then let's see, and then Fallon and his lies just too busy.
Fallon and his lies, he was too busy.
Which is interesting that he calls out Jimmy Fallon. He says, "Get a mark, fear Satan, do it for them that seek it, magician."
After you say him, for them seek it, magician.
Damn. It's really clear on the first run through.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. That's what I said. These are really great. He says, "Vax had marks. Fear the marks in it."
It's bad marks in it.
He's, and then he says, "Now they must die because they deserve it."
No, this deserves it.
And he says, "The iBots are living." And I'm thinking that's iBots as in like iPhone, iPad, whatever, right? The iBots are living.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Really? Really does. Okay. Yeah, of course. Really?
The iBots are living. So
the iBots.
The iBots are living.
Damn.
And well, we talked about the potential for the nanotech in the thing, that could very well be it. So now I'm going to get to the next part here where it's also still Jimmy Fallon, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Caroline Levitt has a line or two in here. So this one is
oh, fuck.
Okay, so it's
I didn't hear
Don.
it, but it was so awful, the tone of that voice.
Well, that was high speed too.
Turn it down, man.
Yeah, it says Don needs a limo. Already knows an exit. The plan was that you were all in there. The driver knew it and left.
What?
So
Go
listen.
ahead.
All right, so I'll slow this down. Don needs a limo. Already knows an exit.
Oh, he's a limo. Already knows an exit. This man is ready to rumble, is he not?
Right, this man is ready to rumble.
Oh, he's a limo. Already knows an exit.
Right, so he already knows it needs an exit. He says the plan was that you all in there. The driver knew it and left.
Knew it
and left.
Jesus.
And then Caroline says, "May I serve for them?" May I serve for them? So the next part I have is the actual clip in question where, she's talking about the the incident. And this one breaks up into two sections. And it's It's where is it here? Oh, hold on. I'm scrolling. Okay. I'm getting. All right. So it said, this is Caroline speaking. She says, they will morph the dollars. We must force the nigger to pay for the next system. Name the new South. First, put a deuce in their eye.
Deuce.
Put a deuce in their eye. You will not believe it. But that's what it says, and it's quite clear. So,
what the fuck is going on with this Teams, man? I'm trying to message Bruce, but I can't message him. You're gonna have to do it.
All right. So they will morph the dollars. We must force the nigger to pay for the next system. Name the new South, but first put a deuce in their eye. And he's laughing, right? She says, the anarchists will knife you. Ha 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 ha. Then Jimmy says, that scene, give to Trump a win. We're all involved here. Right? We're all involved here. So, that's kind of admission that they know it's going to be an acted scene. And Caroline says, earn your raise right next to that. Earn your raise. She says, they're all fecal matter. Killer reverbs in the news. Just know your fat lies, as if that's a command. Right, so Hillary Hurst in the news, just know your fat lies.
Yes. Everyone should tune in. It's going to be really.
Everyone should tune in. She says, horror in the DMs. Fury of slush must see the river.
It will be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be.
Oh, hold on. It scrolled off the screen there on me. Hang on a second. So, this is the actual part in question here. Right, I'll play the forward a little bit here first.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm logged out of Teams on my iPad.
Huh. Well, you're still connected to me here, so.
Yeah.
Maybe best not to mess with it right at the moment. So here's the big clip in question.
Funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room.
Right. So in reverse here, she says, horror in the DMs, fury of slush must see the river. The Grand Master enabled it. He now feeds on it. Marsh staged the lie. Here's how. The evil pianist shoots him. We lost a lot of pull. I'm already nervous. So here we go. This is horror in the DMs. Fear of slush must see the river. And then the Grand Master enabled it. He now feeds on it. Marsh staged the lie. Here's how the evil pianist shoots him.
Here's how the evil pianist shoots him.
We lost a lot of pull. I'm already nervous.
We lost a lot. Oh, I'm already nervous.
So
I can't believe how clear this shit is.
I'm telling you, you're right. So the killer was rehearsed in the news. Know your lies, she's telling Jimmy. There's horror in the DMs, a fury of slush, right? Slush is a news term. The Grand Master enabled it. He now feeds on it, right? And she said, the evil pianist was supposed to shoot him. And I think things, I don't know if the guy they got was a pianist or not, but.
Don't shoot me. I'm only the piano player.
Right. So, to me, that's kind of an admission. I mean, Jimmy talking about, Don knows an exit because he needs a limo. And, here's how we originally staged it was the piano player was supposed to shoot him. So then his comments after that are here. Okay, so he says, they'll all know we're actors now. It says, see that, and then it says, woman who were not airing must cause the numbness. Then he says, made her go ahead was me mending the karma. So some more interesting references there. So let me play that. So
crazy, man.
I'm telling you.
They'll actors now.
They'll all know.
Rhymes with Caroline Levitt.
They'll all know we're actors now.
They'll actors now.
Right? They'll all know we're actors now. And then Caroline Levitt says, woman who were not airing must cause the numbness. Then he says, made her go ahead was me mending the karma. So I'm not sure who the woman that they're referring to is, but maybe it's the other blondie. What's her name? Erica Kirk, because that was a big scene, right? So now toward the end of this, there's a few more, and
did you get all to Bruce?
Not yet. So he says, in the big city, be honest, we know we value barf. For you, will be its stock. He says, the old fate that we now summon, right? So the old fate that we now summon. And in her response, I'll have to do this a little out of order, but her response to that was, that would be suicide. So here's his two lines. He says, the old fate that we now summon, but I would hit that. And then he says, in the big city, be honest, we know we value barf. And then he says, for we will be its stock. Right? Now, so after all of this, this is the very end of the speech, right? She says, this is where he says, I'll see you on the dance floor.
Oh, thank him. Now he's something. I can get him. I'll see you out on the dance floor.
Yes, we'll see you then.
Right? She says, yes, I'll see you then. Now, I'll slow her down. She says, that would be suicide. And in his response, when you play that backwards, it says, now you know why I fear them.
Damn.
And that's the end of the interview. You now know why I fear them. Because she just told him it would be suicide. So, yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on here. But, the part where she talks about it being staged and, earn your raise and promote the fake news, because he just, he was a Saturday Night Live cast member, I believe. And, now he's doing the news for Fox. So, or doing interviews for Fox. So she's telling him to earn his raise which is kind of interesting. And there was the whole forward exchange of this was, she got him into the White House, and they were talking about how funny Donald Trump is, and how he's a comedian and whatever, and that's why the shots would be fired, because there'd be some funny jokes tonight. But to me, this is like totally proof that they knew that this whole thing was going to happen. So, take it as you will. All right, let me see if I can get Bruce on the line here.
All right, let me see if you can hear this. Hang on a second. Can you hear this?
To clone your money with cryptocurrency, and I'm about to
Yes.
expose it. The Genius Act that just got passed into law allows banks to create stablecoins, effectively duplicating your money. If a bank issues you a stablecoin, they're allowed to take your money that you give them and invest it. So just like when you put your money in a bank, they go and invest it, they can do the same thing with a stablecoin. And they actually usually put it in treasuries earning a yield. So this effectively duplicates the money. You give them 1,000, they take your 1,000, they put it in treasuries, and then they give you a synthetic 1,000 in the form of a stablecoin. Ever since this got signed into law, we have seen the most rapid stablecoin adoption I have ever seen in my life. As you can see right here, China adopted it. Ripple is doing deals with BlackRock on their RLUSD stablecoin. We have the first US state-issued stablecoin, so literally a state launched a stablecoin. They actually said that the yield profits were going to go to building the education system, which is insane. France is launching their own stablecoin. We have literally 9 European banks coming together to create their own euro stablecoin. I mean, it's getting really out of control. And it's really getting out of control when the CFTC wants to let stablecoins be used as collateral in the derivatives market. We're talking about access to $12 trillion worth of capital. So this is how it used to work. You have your money in a bank and you pay with a credit card or a debit card. Simple. And in crypto, it was bank. Then you have to put your money into Coinbase, and then maybe you'll get a stable coin, or maybe you'll get an altcoin that increases in value, right? Now, every single entity, Coinbase, banks, US government, and every other government are doing everything in their power to get you into stable coins. And see, this is the beauty of this. We have so much institutional adoption of crypto that the potential energy for it to go into altcoins are going to be bigger than we have ever experienced before. And because of how ridiculous this is, what happened is that the Treasury is literally like, hey, we can't do this right now. We need an extension. So on September 19th, they released an advance notice of proposed rulemaking seeking public comment on how to implement many of the law's provisions. So they literally have not started yet. Combine that with the fact that the world's biggest stablecoin, Tether, wants to raise another $15 to $20 billion, and they're hiring very strategic people to build their company. Right now, Tether is top 15 holders of U.S. treasuries globally. And this.
All right, there he goes. Did you get hold of Bruce?
I'm ringing him, but he's not picking up. And it doesn't seem to be actually making the call for some reason.
That's weird. All right, well, open up the phone lines and maybe you could try to call in.
The phone is open.
7-1, roll it out, man. I forget what it is.
717-417-8284. It's first come, first serve, one at a time, please.
Yeah. Just roll it out, man. You got to say it 3 times, man.
717-417-8284.
All right, so for I don't know what's going on with my teams and all this shit. So I'm logged out of my teams on my iPad. So that's bad because...
Well, I've noticed that sometimes I have to call people twice before it actually goes through for something. I don't know.
Well, don't worry because Savoy Brown was
Yes.
Hello.
Gentlemen.
Is that you over there? Bruce MacDonald? Are you there?
I'm here, Jimmy. I'm here.
Excellent.
Dead man walking.
Well, we've been talking about a lot of stuff, but it's good to have you.
Yeah.
We just went through a whole Carolyn Levitt reverse speech scenario. And, it was quite revealing, I think. But, I mean, there's so many people at this point. Anything that happens, there's like 1 million people sitting there ready to, scour the earth about it. Connect dots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was actually getting messages, about that particular clip because, that's conspiracy fuel. So. And, apparently they did know something about it in advance.
Man, are you...
Well...
Are you... Bruce,
yeah.
Seriously, what do you... we haven't really touched on it since it happened. So, but seriously, it's... The security there was a little bit ragtag. Guys without, running around all willy-nilly. when obviously the president and the vice president are never supposed to be in the same place at the same fucking time. So how did all of a sudden they're breaking the number one rule with all the people from that administration were in that building, and that's all someone could come up with is this dude taking pictures of himself in red and black before he goes over for the big move where he's gonna run in there, you know. I mean,
yeah, there's just no defending it anymore. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's the left or the right in Washington. I mean, America is just, I don't know, it's become kind of a laughing stock, man. It's like a mad circus. It's like Caligula. That's what it reminds me of, Caligula, right? It's like a collapsing empire.
It's like Trump is Barnum and Bailey, you know. He's Barnum.
Yeah.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Step right up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't he say
yeah.
there's a sucker born every minute? Isn't that what that guy said? The guy who the original circus dude. What was his name? Bill Barnum or something?
Yeah. You know, those guys were legendary for logistics. Did you know that the military actually studied them because of how efficient they were in setting up and taking down an entire circus? And you wake up Monday morning and it was like they were never there. And like, 16 hours before that, they were over like 12 city blocks.
Dude, I put up a circus tent once for the Barnum and Bailey circus because they were hiring people, like day labor. And it was over in the parking lot, this shopping center. I fucking went over there, man. It was.
So what do you think? Crazy. What do you think is really going on, Jimmy?
Well, I don't know. There's this neurologist guy whose name is escaping me right now. But he's been parading around recently. And some guy brought him to the table in a different discussion, but then it turns out he's got this whole discussion going on about the magnetic field, and it's a fairly intense conversation.
Yeah,
it's the kind of conversation that if you were in the know about a certain thing, and you had some sort of a loose time frame. That all this kind of shit that's been going on and is going on, it wouldn't matter to us, to anyone knowing it, because in the not near term, not too far away, there's going to be too much other shit for people to be worrying about and thinking about. I mean, it's all pretty much. I mean, I was talking about in the first hour about the things that are going on with artificial intelligence now, and all that's going on in the background is really the most intense moment for humanity that's ever existed since we've existed, at least in this time frame of our civilization. And there's a lot of other shit being talked about and done and being distracted away from. Go ahead.
You know enough about the magic that runs the world to realize that there's no way we get out of the bottle jam we're in now without a high holy sacrifice. And I mean bloodletting when I mean high holy sacrifice. So the name of the game now is who's the mark? They're just going to make an example out of someone. It might be nuclear. And then the whole world's going to calm down. And if I were American, I'd be asking myself, like Matt Damon at the end of the Rounders movie, am I the mark at this table?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm telling you, from over here, it's starting to look like America is having the beginning of a high holy sacrifice worked on it. Read history. Every country that this happens to, it's the same cycle every time.
Well, I just thought, I mean, seriously, realistically, let's say there is a bunch of these, quote unquote, sleeper cells all laying around just waiting, just waiting to fucking do something, Bruce. And really, seriously, the president and the fucking vice president and everybody else, the FBI guy and all these fucking people, they're all in the building. Some loose-ass security. You're telling me nobody's going in there?
It wouldn't make it past a modest editor at a low-budget TV drama at CBS.
It's a fucking joke, literally, literally. I mean, they could have taken everybody out right there, right then and there, fucking the end.
It is some form of theater, and it's the theater of distraction. It's everything now. If Washington doesn't get you, NASA's gonna get you. If NASA doesn't get you, the Bible's gonna get you. Everybody is scattering now to some high or low holy ground, whatever makes them feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Animals do that, Jimmy. I live in a jungle. There's a time my son and I, we haven't figured out why it happens, and the natives refuse to tell us because they think it's funny. But every once in a while, when you're walking through the jungle, everything will go dead quiet. And I mean from crickets, birds, some kind of buzzing sound that seems to be there. It just goes dead quiet, like God turned the volume down to take a phone call.
Yeah, man.
It's freaky.
I know what you're
and something's
about.
going on, and
it's like that in America.
You're in a
right
jungle.
now.
You're in a jungle, Jimmy, and it's dead quiet right now.
That's true. It's true. And well, listen, we're coming up at the top of the hour. I could stay around a little bit longer if you guys want to hang out. And you do. All right. So we're coming up to the top of the hour. We end over on Ground Zero, so we'll just be over here on YouTube. So if you're listening on Ground Zero, stay tuned for something good, or we'll be over here hanging out for just a bit. So, because, there's a lot going on. And,
Hey, Jimmy.
yeah.
You heard about Bill Grant, eh?
Yeah, man. We talked about him a little bit, but I was, real sad to hear that, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people over there, Mona, Mechanic.
Yeah.
All these people. They're here and they're gone,
Yeah.
The thing is, like, for listeners and stuff that ain't into it, they don't understand, man, that people do this and that, they're not really getting anything out of it. They're just trying to help out, trying to do their little piece for civilization or society, or just be, a voice out there that's, trying to reach out and say something. You know what I mean? And no one ever gets anything out of it. I mean, you see Alex Jones over there going, oh yeah, they took me out or whatever. Man, they didn't take him out. Listen, let's just fucking be clear about something. Let's be clear right now about one thing, and everybody should know this. If someone wants to take someone out, they take them out. They got a fucking heart attack gun.
Yeah, but Jimmy, I think you could make the case today that there's a tremendous correlation between the Stasi and J.P. Morgan. Meaning, we have a de facto police force that you can put you into a Kafka novel. You can become Joseph K. What have I done? We ask the questions here.
Metamorpho.
There's no more law where you live, Jimmy. If you're holding on to that like Linus's blanket, I'd drop it in the gutter right now, buddy.
Well, Chris is gonna leave us on there, Ground Zero Plus. So, we'll be on for another hour over there.
Let's see if we can scare up the jacker.
All right. Well, we'll open up the phones. We just couldn't. He can't do reverse speech and open up the phones at the same time.
I can, but the audio overlaps because they're both on the same computer. But the phones are open, so somebody's got some comments, call in.
No, man.
And I actually there's one.
If you
Rio, I gotta ask you, when you do that, does Sauron's eye flash in your mind like when Frodo touched the ring, when you do those reverse engineering things?
No. But
Dead man
I
walking.
you know, like and I've said it before. I'm so tired of like doing Trump and Trump, Trump stuff.
I know. We're fucking.
But I
sick
got
of it, man.
like 3 people had asked me to do the Caroline Levitt thing, so I figured, all right, at least it's not the Donald himself, and it's obviously it's Donald related, but I started looking into it, and I was like, amazing. Like both her and Phalo were in on the staged event. There's a clip I didn't play from her that says, "I asked the sheriff if this is the final sit-in. I need this. It's a sign of riddled vests." So that was one I missed when I was jumping around.
717-417-8284 is the number to call. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, there we go. Yeah, we got a caller?
Yeah.
Right on.
What's up?
Howdy.
Hey, what's happening?
Not much. How are you doing?
Good. What's going on? Where are you calling from?
Well, I just called up to give you guys an update real quick. We're working hard on that AI thing with Clyde's AI. We're taking all the shows and we're transcribing them and feeding it into the AI. It's really, really cool.
I didn't know it was you.
Simon is doing it. Right?
I didn't know it was you. Hey, Linda, what's up? Yeah, go ahead.
So just give you a call about that. And Clyde's doing real well. I'm thinking in the next week. I'm just crossing my fingers that urologist clears him to go. Then he'll be back out, and we'll be pumping out shows as quick as we can.
Sweet.
Cool.
Well, so will you going to be, when you say pumping out shows, do you mean you're going to be doing your show normally at 7 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday?
Yeah. Well,
is it going to be
what
live?
What he plans on doing at first is go 3 days a week, 2-hour shows, live, right? And then what I will do is help work him into doing like a daytime update. We can do all kinds of stuff now that he's free of the radio. I do need to talk to you sometime this coming up week about the schedule. There's going to be a schedule change, and it's going to involve you guys a little bit, I think. I'm trying to work around it, but I don't know how. But I'll talk to you later about it, okay? It's all good.
Okay.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
That's good to hear that Clyde is doing well.
Yeah.
Getting back together.
It's like a Dear Jimmy letter there. What did he mean?
I don't know. What does that fucking mean? It's kind of weird to say that and then go, oh yeah.
Dead man walking. Got the whole world's got that Green Mile feel to it right now. Minus the guy that could heal people.
It's all too much, man.
I don't know. I don't know if the hijacker's out there. He's not always around on Saturday.
He wrote a manifesto on the show from last week. There's a comment from Reality 369 over there, and if you go look at it, there's literally he put his plan on paper or on comment, so you can read about it over there. So yeah.
Should I call the hijacker?
No, I don't know, man. That'd be funny, but yeah, no.
He wrote a manifesto, did he?
Well,
he did.
It's a pretty long. I mean, he was going into it when he was here about what it was. He had a 3-point plan, and so I guess he put it over there. His 3-point plan.
Well, I when I think of the hijacker, I think the thing he got more right than anybody is how big a figure Tucker Carlson would end up being in the public consciousness and the public debate, but not by becoming a vice president or anything like that. In the manner in which he's doing it now, that dude is blowing away all the networks by about 10,000% in views, right? You with me, you guys?
Ronan said in the chat, you need to say that Bruce needs to say the jacker 3 times, and it'll manifest the jacker.
Beetle jacker, beetle jacker, beetle jacker.
That's funny, man. All right, 717-417-8284 is the number to call. 717-417-8284 is the number to call.
So what's it like boots on the ground in the U.S. now?
Seems like
what's it like waking up and going?
It just seems like
I'm
people.
in New York or I'm in California. I mean, and those those are targets.
Well, I mean, I still, I know I'm in the prime zone for nuclear destruction should it hit. They'll bomb Manhattan. I mean, that'll be the first place, one of the first places.
Yeah.
But, I don't see it coming anytime soon.
It's a fast, yeah. I mean, it's a, I'm just kidding with, the dead man walking and stuff. The high holy sacrifice, no, but it's a very interesting time, and I maintain that we're going to a geopolitical shift that it's going to be, it's strongmen, man. We're going back to like emperors. People and you can get all liberal about that if you want, but it can't be any worse at the end of the day than the living hell, the 9 hells of the bureaucratic, liberal, social democratic, bureaucratic world.
Well, you all gotta you gotta learn how to stick your chin up in the air like Mussolini.
Well, I don't think it's going to get quite that bad. I think Trump's closest on the planet right now.
I don't know.
And so it's Asia, it's America, and it's Europe, and then the rest will sort of fall in as I don't know, but it's going to change. I think you're going to see a big change in the economy. I think that you're going to see regional economies and kind of a rollback from what we call globalization, because I think the general consensus is we can't get along. I don't think they were expecting this much resistance. I mean, Iran has to be about the stupidest thing a sitting U.S. president has ever done. And if anyone says 4D jest to me, I'm just hit him in the head with a 2x4, Jimmy. This is not good. The damage is already done. There's already innocent human beings who are going to starve because of this, because of fertilizer.
Yeah,
already
irrevocable damage.
Yeah,
has been done.
And they're not, and they haven't even stopped yet, right? They're You know, they're like those juvenile, undisciplined gangsters who have gunfights in public and put innocents at risk. And in a functioning society, the old gangsters kill them. You know, we don't have a functioning society even at that level anymore, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. You're on your own, man.
Well, I mean, you know, the reality here, at least, the only major difference I've seen in the way, you know, from day-to-day life that I see people behaving is people seem to be a little more tense, a little more stressed. And, you know, obviously, you know, prices at the supermarket and the gas station going up and down like, you know, bouncing balls. But um, there, for the most part, nothing's really changed on the ground level here, anyway. You know, like in my existence. And you know, it seems kind of weird because you watch the stuff on the news and you know you see all these riots and you know events and things, and it's like, you know, maybe I'm just in a good spot, you know, location wise, that it doesn't seem to happen around where I am. But I don't know, like. Do you see a major social effect from it, Jimmy?
Yeah, obviously.
Testify, brother.
I'm busy.
That's okay. We have a caller. Hey, Eric.
Hey, how's it going, Eric from Springfield, guys? Good evening.
How you doing?
All right. I was enjoying a little bit on the flat camera system and stuff that he was talking about in the first hour there, Jimmy. As far as one can enjoy such a topic, but yeah, I was also good.
Oh no, you're good. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I thought I cut
No,
out.
sorry
Okay.
about that. I was
There's a bunch of those in my town here in Massachusetts, and I have talked to cops, and they've shown me the screens. And I had mentioned it in the past, and you guys talked about it. It's a way too involved system.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's very invasive.
Yeah,
I guess is the best way to put it. And it knows everything.
As far as geopolitically, I don't know how oil's not already to about 150 a barrel. That's my wondering.
Yeah, it was up to 120, I think, this week, dude. I mean, I'm not sure. I think it was 120 something.
What do you think's keeping it down, fellas? Like, I don't understand.
Well, I mean, we've got the Venezuelan oil now. We've got half of Iran's oil now. You know, the parts we didn't blow up. We have our own supply, so you know they're playing numbers games. They bump it up. They buy some, they sell some, then they dump it back and forth. You know, Barron made what $80 million in like 24 hours.
We keep just going up each day. We finally got past $4 a gallon here in Massachusetts, but in Western Mass anyway.
We were up to almost 5. Actually, I think we did hit 5. Now we're back down to like 385.
Seriously, if there was ever a time where you could benefit from the information in the alternative media, this is one of those times. So, I mean, obviously, you can look at what Barron Trump is investing in as public knowledge. You can see what he's buying. You know, you can see what crypto he buys. You can see when he makes a move or whatever. So I mean, it's just like these people. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. There was a website that was posting everything that Nancy Pelosi did, and this dude invested exactly with her on every investment and made a shitload of money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I was aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the Trump administration, what's going on right now? People are making money fucking hand over fist. It's surprising they're not dancing around with fucking stacks of $100 bills in their pockets, Bruce. Just throwing it around like dollar
that's
bills.
dirty. That's
making
that's
it
dirty
rain.
money, man.
Yeah, I think they want to hold it in.
What's even funnier is 2 weeks ago I see this information about how the Trump family has doubled their net worth. And then today I see a thing that said he's tripled his net worth.
Yeah.
Like it's increased that much in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's despicable.
It's crazy, man. I mean, if that's how it is at the top, then why would anybody else act any different? Like, I'm just saying, on a street level, if I beat the shit out of you and take your money, what difference? It's the same thing, isn't it? It's just a little bit more grotesque and, prevalent and in your face. But that's exactly what's going on.
I'm kind of curious, where does Trump land on the billionaire roster? Like, we know Elon's number one and has been for a while. And what's his name? Sheikh Abdul is number two. But like, where is
He owed Deutsche Bank a shitload of money that they were going to foreclose on that Mar-a-Lago shit the 4 years when he wasn't in office. He owed Deutsche Bank some kind of fucking shitloads of money. How is he tripling his net worth? You know what I mean?
That's a good question.
It's like,
well, I mean, I know
here,
he was over 10 billion at one point.
When he came in here, he owed shitloads of money to oligarchs, man. Working for the tribe.
Yeah.
Now he's got
High
surplus.
holy holiday, Jimmy. High holy ritual.
Bruce, I was thinking that's going to be the first 20,000 Marines that go into the Strait. That's a sacrifice,
They just need to, Detroit is a good candidate for something like that, Bruce.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That kind of any kind of Rust Belt, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I hear you.
I don't know. Yeah. The other thing is, I had this other shit that I didn't play either, that I brought along for this. But there's a whole thing going on with this temperature in this year 2026. That there's some sort of really unforgiving phenomenon that's going on, and it kind of ties into what I was talking about earlier with that fucking magnetic field thing. It's a little bit disturbing. They're saying a super El Nino is forming.
Oh, great! So the weather is going to get even more wacky than it already is.
They're saying that this guy's saying the temperature is gonna be this year is gonna be the hottest year ever on record.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what you're getting over there, but over here the temperature is ping-ponging like mad. Like it's 85 degrees one day, and then the next night it's 30 degrees.
The weather is
and there's frost on the ground. Then the next day it's back up to 75, and then it stays there for 2 or 3 days, and then it's back down in the 40s again. It's like it's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, the weather.
I'm flip-flop weather, like 28 degrees Celsius. I think that's about 78, 77. Perfect temperature. 12 months a year, except for the rain season, and it goes down to about 74. And you can give up showering and just walk naked through the rain if you have a big enough property.
I mean, right now it's 41 degrees, and we have a frost advisory. It was 70 degrees out today.
That's how you get sick, is the big temperature fluctuations in short periods of time. Is how you get ill.
And then Tuesday it's supposed to be 81 again.
Yeah, it's been sporadic. Like a month ago, it was like summer. And then all of a sudden, it got like winter. Started raining, started getting foggy every day. Now it's fighting its way back. But it was kind of weird, because everything around here started to bloom, starting to spring. Everything's growing, and it just got cold all of a sudden.
Now, I wonder if this weather manipulation that's happening is not only if it's intentional, but if it is. Here in this area, we have two very big cash crops. We have onions and we have apples, and we're like, this area is one of the biggest suppliers in the nation of onions and apples. And if we keep getting frost, both of those are going to be doomed for the harvest this year.
Geez, that's about the most curious agricultural combination I've ever heard in my life. Onions and apples. One's in the ground and one's a tree. I mean, they're diametric opposites in every way. Bitterness and sweetness.
Eat an
it's
apple
so weird.
and an onion every day.
Yeah.
Keeps the doctors away.
And New York has tons and tons of apples, and we have tons and tons of onions.
Nerd
I
has
thought all
the
the
stuff you read.
apples. Yeah.
I think
I
in
thought
the
all the apples.
in the end, everyone might find out, even though they were all pissed off about it. I think in the end,
Dead man walking.
everyone might find out that when they were spraying that shit up there all this time, they were doing it because shit was getting through the magnetic field and hitting the earth. They actually been, even though they knew it was going to fuck everything up, the nanoparticles are going to get in aluminum and all that shit. They knew it was going to fuck everything up, but they had to do it anyway. And that's the reason we're still here. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
Sad but true, man. You know?
Maybe the chemtrails do serve a purpose, right?
They're serving a purpose.
I mean the what are they calling them?
Strategic aerial injections.
I mean,
no, the contrails. The contrails.
Isn't that just
what they call them?
Isn't it just as plausible as any nefarious idea about what it is?
It is.
Isn't it there like a 50-50 chance? Like you just think it's bad because, of your...
Well, it's bad because it's toxic, but maybe it's, the toxic is less toxic than the other outcome.
Yeah,
possibly.
Than the UVC.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, UVC fucks shit up. Especially people, man, and melt your brain. That's why people are so insane and crazy, man. People that Bruce was asking, what's boots on the ground? Boots on the ground is people are weird and fucking on edge. You don't know what anything could fucking set any one of these people off. It's
That's what I was getting at. I mean, the inner crosses that people must be carrying now,
Yeah.
worrying about life, and like I said, I mean, that's everybody's going to an extreme position on life, and these multicultural societies survived because liberalism expanded, and that's the only thing that allowed them to survive. As we regress back more into a territorial mentality, it's so perfect you could almost say it was planned, But you see all the chips coming into place now, and Donald Trump's either a high holy idiot or a high holy sacrifice himself, one or the other. Because I don't think he's an equal partner in this. I don't
Even
think he could maintain the
Tucker-
I don't think anybody could be so dark-hearted. Well, I would say Carney fits the Joker bill much more than Trump. You just watch 5 minutes of Mark Carney if you want to see a dark lord
I thought you were
on the
talking
level
about
of George Bush
carnies.
Sr.
I thought you meant
Yeah.
carnies in the sense of carnies are people that work at the carnival, man.
No. No,
I think
No,
you're
Mark
right.
he is a
Carney-
clown, so
It is. It's carnies.
Yeah, Mark Carney's a demon in flesh.
Yeah.
And they always come off super polished, like Gavin Newsom types. This is why I don't think Trump, unless he's got it all covered, man. But I mean, people are just going crazy. They just cannot accept the reality we're living in. They can't digest it. It's, some of the shit you read out there.
That's
I
crazy,
mean,
man.
there's people still proselytizing the idea, the old Q narrative that,
Oh,
our
please.
JFK Jr.
Yeah,
is still
yeah.
alive.
Give me a- yeah.
How's that going to change anything? His kiss getting back together? I mean, come on.
I hear they're putting.
How's that going
not
to
now that
change
Ace's
anything?
dead,
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Let's
man.
just go back to the good times, like when Styx made Grand Illusion.
Yeah, like when the sun was yellow and everything was mellow.
Yeah.
Just snap back to 1977.
Yeah.
Back
Everything's
then,
it's got
people.
It's
you
got
just
a very
walk-
Lord of the Rings feel to it, like around the time of Bilbo's birthday. Just when the darkness is beginning to show itself.
Yeah.
You
I'm so
follow?
jealous that you guys get to live through this. I was born in '85, man. The whole time growing up, I literally felt like something good is going away and it's not coming back in society. Like I could see that in like fucking third grade.
That's the thing, man.
Yeah.
You gotta everything that's going on. You gotta. As it goes by you, you're standing there and shit is going by you every day, 24 hours a day. It's going by you. You might as well look at it and wave goodbye to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This shit that's going on right now is never going to go on again in the future. Everything that's happening right now is happening for the last time. When this shit comes to a head, on the other side of that, everything's going to be new and different. And that's the way that's going to
Yeah.
be.
You know what's good to shit? You know what's good to shit? I mean, some guy goes one time, he goes like, "You'll wish Obama was in again one day," and he wasn't a Democrat that said that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
These are the good old days, Bruce.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird time, man. Weird time. Pretty
It is, and I
consistent
mean,
over here.
And obviously, right now, there's so much information coming out about different parts of the quantum universe and all this. You know, there's all this talk going around. I mean, it's like you see these statistics that say there's a 98% chance we're living in a simulation. It's a 98% chance. Well, I mean, but the thing is it kind of seems like that in a way, doesn't it? I mean, everybody's having their own individual experience as we go through it. Go ahead.
It depends how you further define the simulation. Most people, when they hear that word, they imagine architects, controllers, demiurges, archons, you know, things like this. But what if it really is a free interactive system?
It
and
is.
The fear we put into
it.
Yeah,
Is.
this is what I'm getting at.
The movie we're watching is the one that happened because of the choices that we made, giving free choice
and the high holy magic. The West has never had real spirituality. It's been ritual magic since the rabbis, and then the Vatican took it over, and the evangelicals are, I would suppose, the mentalist version of that. You know, like
I'm talking about the people's lives. Everybody, this is a really simple concept, but it cuts fucking really deep, man. Because whatever life you're living right now is all because of the choices that you fucking made in every given moment. You turned left instead of right today. You went a different way, and something happened to you, and then because of that, there's a fucking whole domino effect of all the shit that happened. You know, and everybody that's sitting here listening right now to us and hanging out with us, we've all made it through all that somehow. Somehow, you know, every day so far, you know, we made the right choices. Because somehow we ended up
By
here.
the grace of God, yeah. By the grace of God, yeah.
We're there?
Yeah.
We're here.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, go ahead.
So you know, there's gonna come a point where there's gonna be a consequence for this action. It's almost being demanded. This is why I invoke the idea of a high holy sacrifice. You know, because this is not warfare. This is high holy priestcraft. And you have to be honest about that, okay? Because everything about this is just so occultically perfect, right? And intentional. And when I say intentional, I mean the best possible outcome based on the forecasting before the actual engagement wouldn't have been worth it. There was no reason to do this way.
No.
And everybody said don't do it. The DOD said don't do it. The Joint Chiefs said don't do it. All military leadership said don't do it. I think even the CIA said don't do it. All intelligence on record, for the public record, said don't do it. And he did it.
So if you were playing a board game and the don't do it thing, whatever it is, in this case it happens to be Iran. So let's say we need to get to a certain place. We're going somewhere the human beings on Earth. We're going somewhere. In order to get there, we gotta either go there slowly, introducing technology as time goes by and so on and so forth, or we can go there fast. And so if you're willing to do the thing that nobody else wants to do, in order to advance the situation to a point where it becomes like I mean, how many passwords and bank accounts have to be stolen before people beg to have positive ID, Bruce? You know what I mean? I mean, it's from our perspective, as from society and civilization perspective, it's a bad mistake. But on the back end of that, he might be being celebrated for being the guy that's gonna fucking make it all happen for him. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, there could be angles in here I don't see. I mean, there's so many funky narratives out there now.
The whole global warming narrative is good. All the prices that you were
Okay, so let's address this topic tactically. What the hell is going on in the energy market? Why are so many refineries catching fire? Is this economic warfare? Is the United States absolutely certain it can protect its oil, so it's going to go out and destroy? I mean, the energy crisis coming is going to be pretty serious.
Okay, this could have played. This could have played out a different way. Let's say that Greta Thunberg went around and started blowing up a bunch of refineries with terrorists because of global warming. Eventually, we would end up at the same place with $200 dollar oil, 15-minute cities, dude.
Jimmy, throughout human history, the longest planned enterprises have always been warfare. One of the reasons the Romans were so good is they would send sowers out 2 years before a campaign to throw wheat seeds into the earth so that they could harvest as they marched. Think about the logistics of that, Jimmy. Okay. Look at the situation we're in now. Look at it in context to the original disclosure. I'd say Jordan Maxwell, Alan Watts, and Bill Cooper were probably the best.
Probably,
and
right.
when you look at them now, 30 years
Peter
later,
Beater. Don't forget Dr. Peter Beater.
Yeah. Anyways, Jimmy, I'm just droning on.
No,
but it's
no.
like
I mean, I agree.
old school Rev Radio roundtable at this. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on those choices there. And Jordan Maxwell was probably one of the best out of all of them. But even so, there's always questions about everybody. It doesn't matter.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
And that's another thing. I keep pointing this out. He's another guy. He spent his whole life in the alternative media scenario, and he ended up dying on a fucking couch, sleeping on a couch somewhere. Somebody stole his name or whatever. Stole his website. Yeah, we got
another call.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Nice to hear from you there, Bruce. I always like your insights. They're always interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been noticing, just to refer back, you were all talking about, what's seen on the ground. I'm just seeing people just don't care anymore, and they're just like doing whatever they want, however they want, to whoever they want, and not taking responsibility for their own lives.
Yes.
It's just like really weird. It's like Stress City out there, and here in America anyways, is what I've noticed in my area. They like to try to hide behind their little masks, but when you're able to see through it all, it's scary when you look at it, because it's like, well, why stressing, dude? It's like your shit ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? It's like, because where I live, most of the people are here either retired or they're on vacation. It's like, why are y'all stressing? It's like, it's just fucking life. It's a controlled demolition going on. And it's all based on how you perceive your life. And that's all based on what you've allowed into your set. And that has to do with a lot of the media. That's why I stay out of that noise, because it just rots your brain, man. I just stay out of that noise. And I don't get involved in anymore in all that political shit and all that religious bullshit. And I'm like going underground, man. I'm just like, I'm over this shit. Just chill, man. It's like, relax, enjoy your life, you know, and don't get involved in all this noise. It's just noise, static electricity. And the way I see it is, you know what? Demolitions can be a good thing, because in the long run, it's like you're going to create something new out of that rubble. You know what I mean? Once you get all the debris out of the way, it's like you go out into your garden, right? What do you got to do? You know, Bruce, you got a garden, right? You know what it takes to do all that. You're a farmer, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to be quiet and listen.
Yeah. My best crop are my peppers. So I have hot peppers and sweet peppers, and so when I'm cooking, I literally walk over to the garden and pull a pepper right off and throw it right into the whatever I'm cooking. And that's the thing I grow the most. Actually changed my
Well, the
diet quite a
plowman's
bit.
in the house right now. I'm telling you this, okay?
Say what?
All right, hear me. The plowman, you know what the plowman does? He puts his ox on the one end, and he's got that cool device that goes and it just digs deep into the dirt. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. That's why all of these unhealed emotions and all of this trauma and all of this stuff is coming up to the surface now, because people have been neglecting it within themselves for so long. And it has to come up to the surface in order for it to be healed. How can you heal something that you keep hiding? You can't hide from yourself anymore. You got to face yourself. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're part of the you're part of the problem. And this is what I'm seeing. People just don't want to face what's going on within themselves. And so it gives you this perception of all this chaos and stuff. And it's like, it's not really chaos. It's just that your life is out of order because you neglected it.
Are you facing yours?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I'm saying, are you facing your inner demons or whatever? I mean, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize I had so many fears still, playing in the background, and I'm looking at them. I'm just observing them, and I'm not touching them. I'm just observing them and going, okay, is that truly me? Or is that something that's trying to imitate me? Because that's not who I am.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a peaceful human being, I just want to just get through my life every day, and just be in peace,
Yeah.
And I'm surrounded by maniacs, that don't want to do that, and I just do my best to say, hey, it's not my monkey, not my circus, man. That's your problem, not my problem. I got my own problems to resolve, my own issues, my own inner, what people would refer to as their little inner demons, when in reality it's just unhealed parts of yourself that are coming to the surface so that they can be seen for what they really are, and to say, okay, I see you, I identify you, but I don't identify with you. I see you for who you are, but that's not who I am.
Colin Wilson, The Outsider. It's a good book to take a look at about identification.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to have to reconnect us.
Dead man walking.
Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Lots of love to you.
Thanks for
calling.
calling.
Dead man walking.
Out there, please.
Thanks for calling,
Okay.
Robin.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, Robin.
Okay, bye-bye. You're welcome.
outsider. OSI. Come undone. Are you there, Rio?
I'm here.
All right. 717-417-8284 is the number to call.
For the night is
8284 is the number to call.
Oh, that was weird.
717-417-8284 is the number to call. Give us a call. Let us know what you think. All right.
What's going on?
I don't know. Ready to get out. You guys got any points you want to make before we head on out?
No, Jimmy, we can sign it off there.
Right on. Well, hey man,
Peace out, man.
It's good to see you. Stop by next Friday, man, if you want to.
I will.
Yeah,
we
do
didn't
have
do
another
last
call.
night though, eh?
We got another call.
There's a call coming in. Yeah.
Hang on, Bruce. Stay here for a second. Go ahead, call.
Hi, I just wanted to call and say I heard you say the live number 3 times, and I called it maybe 10 minutes ago, and I don't want to get on the air now because I was told that you're not taking live calls, so you might just want to check into your phone system.
I can only take one call at a time.
Yeah, that's the problem. See, someone's calling right now.
Somebody else is calling right now,
Okay.
so in order to answer that,
All
I
right.
have to put you on hold. We're hanging.
Yeah.
So
Sorry about that.
So I had a lot of fun things I wanted to say, but I think that something strange is going on. So anyway, I wish you well, love you, love listening to you, had so many comments throughout the whole stretch of hours. And thanks for what you're doing.
Well,
Bye.
hey, call in anytime, in the future. When we're on the air, we open up the phones, feel free to call in. We're sorry we can only take one call at a time. We appreciate you, though. Thank you. All right, Rio, you got another caller there?
no, they probably kicked them too.
All right. Okay, well, thanks, everybody. Thanks, Bruce.
All right.
All right.
Peace, man.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for something.